So right now, the question on everyone's mind is Dennis coming back our way? Well, for the answer to that question, let's check in with meteorologist Mark Avery. Mark, will we be seeing Dennis again?
Dennis wants to come back here so bad. He just loves Wilmington just like everybody else, but he's kind of like stale fish and relatives that have stayed around too long. We don't want him to come back, and we want him to stay away. There he is on the satellite, not going very much of anywhere, and because of that, tropical storm warnings are still up along the coast from Surf City northward to Chincoteague, Virginia. As of 11 o'clock, here's the coordinates for you. 35.3 north, 73.6 west. That's 110 miles east of Cape Hatteras. Hasn't gone very much of anywhere today. Maximum sustained winds are at 60 miles per hour with a couple of higher gusts, and pressure hasn't changed very much. Does Dennis want to come back? Is Dennis coming back? We'll answer that question in just a few minutes, Murph.
All right, Mark. All right, Mark, what's the deal?
Dennis, what can I say? Smells like rotten fish.
You have to say something.
Smells like rotten fish, and he's like unwelcome relative. Let's get rid of him. He stinks. We'll check out if he's coming back or not next. Well, everything that has to do with the forecast has to do with this thing. Tropical Storm Dennis is still just spinning out there, and I want to show you this. Just a few clouds. The few high clouds that we have in place over us are on the western side of the circulation of Dennis, and you can see one big storm fired up this afternoon and drifted towards the southeast part of the center of circulation. You can see that spin right in through here, and you can see that storm just dissipated a bit out there tonight. And that's the primary reason that the Hurricane Center is still calling this tropical. If you've seen some winter storms move through here, you've been around during the wintertime repeatedly for several years, you've probably seen winter storms that look very similar to this. Some of the strong nor'easters, such as the superstorm in '93, look very similar to this. Well, this looks like a winter storm. It almost does not look like a tropical system. If you look at a surface map and look at an analysis of the temperatures and the pressures and everything around this, it actually has a stationary front that goes out like this. And tropical systems generally do not have fronts, so that's one reason that hints at Dennis not being a tropical system. But it still is, so we have to keep an eye on it as such. And the Hurricane Center has kept the tropical storm warning north of Surf City up to Chincoteague, Virginia, as Dennis is still lingering near the coast like rotten relatives, leftover relatives that have stayed too long. And we want to get rid of him too, right? He's on the good side, though, Dennis did cool things off, and it's pretty nice out there, and that's one thing we have to benefit. Temperatures in the 60s in the overnight hours and a few clouds out there. Skywatch Neighborhood Network from Altel takes us to Whiteville, 73 there with a light north wind, and no rainfall to speak of. At College and Oleander, it's still 76. Check Skywatcher. We go to the White Lake area. It's in the Womble, 72 for them, and 85 on the high side today, down to 66 this morning. No rainfall to speak of. Temperatures across the state now generally low 70s, a few upper to mid 60s out there. Greensboro, one of the cooler spots at 64, 75 still here in Wilmington. As of 11 o'clock, here's the latest coordinates on Dennis. 35.3 north, 73.6 west. Not gone very much of anywhere today, with maximum sustained winds still at 60 miles per hour. Now, here's the forecast track of Dennis. I want to point this out. Although it is staying offshore, it is staying just offshore. Some of the computers are hinting at a possible turn back in towards the Albemarle and Pamlico Sounds and going in through here. Some hinted at staying way out there, but this is the center of circulation. If it follows this track, the tropical storm force winds will stay, the sustained tropical storm force winds will stay out over the ocean. We might have towards the weekend, if this track pans out, towards Saturday, maybe Friday and Saturday, Sunday, maybe some tropical storm force gusts, 40 miles an hour or greater, but sustained winds here in coastal counties like New Hanover, Wilmington, particularly Southport and Brunswick, Pender, up to Onslow County. Sustained winds probably about 20 to 30 miles per hour or so, and progressively less the farther inland you go towards Whiteville and Elizabethtown and Lumberton type areas. See less winds, but we'll have to keep an eye on him just in case, and hopefully he will dissipate into a non-tropical storm by tomorrow or later. Let's just get him out of here. Temperature-wise, tomorrow in the 70s, 84 tomorrow. I think, we might have to drop those showers if he continues to stay way out there. Small craft advisory. In effect, northwest to north winds tomorrow, 20 to 25 knots, seas 5 to 8 feet. Tides high at 12:30 tonight, low tide at 6:45. Sun rises at 6:45 and sets at 7:37. Here's your 6-day forecast. Temperature-wise, a lot depends on the track of that lingering creature Well, it's not really a creature, it's a process. Storms are processes, not creatures and entities. A lot depends on Dennis. I'm keeping those clouds in there and spotty showers. I think Dennis will be more of a wind and a sea event than a rain event because has no showers in it. Very light showers if that.
Processes.
Yes.
All right, thanks, Mark.